Hello traders, welcome to today's market update. It is a Monday and that brings with it some fresh opportunities. Now this I think is going to be a really nice week to trade. Now that the dust has settled from the whole FTX saga a little bit, now the fallout from that is obviously going to spill over for a few weeks. But this does bring about an opportunity to trade in much more settled conditions. There are going to be ripple effects from what happened last week, but overall, open interest very low, volatility and volume fairly low now compared to how it has been recently, and that will bring about some really good trading conditions just for standard trading, which is what we love to do here. So yeah, I'm going to be covering the technicals. I'm going to be covering the levels that I am looking at, both to the upside and to the downside. And we're also going to go over some of the key events and some other stuff that is worth talking about. So please do hit the like button, hit subscribe if you have not done so already. And that's the funding. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to get to that in a minute. But please do visit tauruscrypto.com where you can find out more information about ourselves and our crew. Okay, so the chart. Let's just start off here with the chart. So we've had a really decent move to start the week here, and this is kind of exactly what you want to see happening when you're going into a new trading week with these new opportunities. So the day that we had our big capitulation, last like Wednesday night, Thursday morning, the daily level that was printed from that, we have come back and we have tested that this morning, and we had an immediate move up into what was the previous day open here, the point of control of the entire range and the EQ of the entire range. So that's if you're taking your high to your low, the midpoint of this whole range that we've got here is right in this 16,800 zone. And if we are to look at the merged TPO from this, you can see here our volume POC for our entire range since the day of the capitulation and everything we've had since then. 16,800 is the big level to be aware of. Naturally, you would be expecting a pullback from that, but for myself, I'm more looking at just a period of, well, this is resistance, so it's going to find resistance within that area. But ultimately for myself, I do think that we're likely to see a move up towards the highs of this range, just to rotate and just to start to consolidate within this zone between, well, where are we, like 15.5 to 18.2. So we've got a nice wide range with big percentage moves to be traded here, which is, as a trader, is like absolutely perfect. It doesn't matter that we're at 16,800 because we trade the percentage moves, and this brings about like really good opportunity. So for myself, what I would like to see, I'm going to be looking for fresh longs down here at the weekly open. So if we do come back down to the value area low of the range towards the weekly open, at that point, that's where I'm going to be looking for fresh longs to take price up into 17,600, where we do have more confluence there. If we do just put in a flag here and we kind of chop around and do this and move up, then the levels remain the same. So what we have up at the top is the value area high of the range. You've got liquidity here, and you've got the daily level. So again, if you do go just onto the daily chart, then what we can see here is very clearly defined. Okay, so the actual day that we had that big bounce, it's very clearly defined the range that we are going to be trading in for probably the next few weeks, I would imagine. We don't know what's going to happen with the market. There is obviously the opportunity that this could squeeze. I don't think that that's the most likely scenario at this stage. I think a good few weeks to consolidate before we see any major, like more major moves within the market is what I would be looking for. But yeah, there is opportunity here for upside potential. That really just about covers it on the Bitcoin chart. There's not too much more to be looking at. The support is clear. You've got golden pocket down there. The resistance is clear because it's a very nice, clearly defined range, and we're very early on into it. So you would just expect that to happen at this stage. So that's the Bitcoin chart. I'm not going to look over any other charts, but what I will do is go back onto the website here again. If you haven't already clicked on the website, do that now. But we've got some really interesting things going on this week. So I'll also pull up the Discord. Okay, now this I will share with you guys because we're going through a bit of a sticky patch within crypto at the moment. Yeah, my thoughts so far, if you do look at the trading update here, this will be very small on your screen, but basically what I'm saying is we start the week with a bounce off the daily, which marks the low of our local range. This move gave us an 80% setup and took us straight back up into the range POC, range EQ, and previous day open. This is clear resistance to break, and I do expect price to be held here for a while. If we correct this move, then daily open and range value area low will be where I'll look for new longs. If we break through the resistance, then I'm looking up towards 17,600, range value area high and daily level. I personally do not hold any shorts anymore, and I am 1x long from 16k, so this was overnight, getting into that long position. This is due to consistent extreme negative funding on like almost all assets, which means that by holding shorts you're basically giving money away in the hope of lower prices, which is pointless in my opinion. Downside potential is very much limited now until we rotate back up towards the top of the range and we can start to build some open interest once again there. So it's the same charts here that I'm showing on this video that I shared with the crew. And another interesting thing that I do think we can look at today is at 3:30 or 3:15 p.m. UTC, we do have a Treasury Committee on the crypto asset industry today. So this is UK Parliament talking about cryptocurrency in general. Now, I did share this on the video that I made about the FTX bankruptcy. So if anyone is interested in watching that video, just go to click on the rest of the videos. It's the last one I uploaded, and you can see my thoughts on the whole FTX saga. And one of the main things that I was saying on this is that yes, we're going to see a fallout from this, but what's really important to look at right now is what the wider industry is kind of thinking. I think everything is fairly calm. I think this is just one of those events where retail are a lot more panicked than the wider industry is. So having been at a very major crypto event last week, the industry was fairly relaxed about the whole situation. They kind of, like, anyone that really was in crypto, like, yeah, I guess the signs were there for these kind of black swan events to happen. And hopefully we just see this start to calm down over the course of the next week. So this is something really interesting. So I've shared the link in the Discord, and I'll share the link on Twitter. So if you do go over onto my Twitter, I'll share the link to this as soon as I finish this video. Other interesting things that we have going on this week. Okay, so today, not too much more. We do have FOMC speaker talking later on. I doubt that's really going to bring up anything of interest, but tomorrow we do have US PPI. Now, we saw the CPI, little CPI pump last week across every market apart from crypto pretty much. So we did see the CPI pump last week. Now let's see if PPI comes in as, I guess, as bullish as what the CPI gave us last time. And then we do have the GBP, the UK CPI coming in on Wednesday. So once again, I will post this over onto Twitter and onto the Discord for anyone who is interested. These are times within the week that we will be looking at as bringing in some extra volatility. What else did I want to say? Yeah, this is what I mean about funding. It's starting to settle down a little bit, but over the whole weekend, we've had really extreme negative funding, like super, super extreme negative funding. So for myself, on the inverse, I've gone 1x long, okay, because I'm basically, this was like up at 2.6% over the weekend, 0.26%, sorry, over the weekend. So you're making, like, you're just throwing money away by being short with limited downside potential at this stage, which is what I believe. And across some other altcoins as well, like the funding here is very, very negative, which does bring about an opportunity not to be exposed into those long positions, but by being kind of a 1x long, you're basically keeping your account fairly stable, and you are being paid funding whilst that is going on. So that's just basically the strategy that I've got at the moment for the longer term trades here. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up very quickly. One other thing I do want to mention, again, this is something that I've mentioned on the Discord, but we do have a trading competition coming up. So if anyone is interested in doing that, you only need $300 to participate in this trading competition. So this is the BitGet Kings Cup Global Invitational. So we will be taking part in this competition. We do need to get a few more members on our team before this starts, like we really do. So if you haven't already joined this, please do check out the post on the Discord and go over onto the Twitter, and you can find out all the information about that. The nice thing about this is BitGet, I believe, are a reputable exchange. I don't think that there's any issues there to be had. And if you are still wanting to trade but wanting to kind of keep exposure on exchanges low, which is very, very much reasonable at the moment, that's a sensible thing to be doing, is to be taking off like large balances from exchanges, then at least with this you only need $300. So let's say the worst was to happen again, that's all you can lose if for any crazy reason this exchange were to suffer similar problems. But I really don't think that that's likely. I think this is a very safe, reputable exchange, and you only need $300 to trade it. So it's going to be something that will hopefully bring a bit of fun, a bit of relief. It's on during the World Cup, which I'm going to be watching anyway, and it kind of, yeah, it's just quite nice. So go over onto the Discord once again, where you can see, if we go to the announcements here, it will be up a little bit, but this gives you all the information, okay? So there'll be 100 Bitcoin and 300,000 USDT to be won. The competition takes place during the upcoming Qatar World Cup from the 21st of November to the 19th of December. Daily rewards and prizes to be won every single day of the competition. Competition is in tournament format, so prizes can be awarded for performing well on each round of the competition. To register for the competition, you will need to use our link and deposit a minimum of 300 USDT into your derivatives account. Then you can join our team, and I think this has been extended now to try and get more people involved. So I think if you do join, you do get $50 credit USDT. So yeah, so you need $300 to participate, but you're going to be getting $50 back from that straight away, and there's going to be much more rewards and stuff during the competition itself. So come and join us. It's going to be good fun. We'll be doing some more streams and stuff whilst that is going on. Yeah, I think that really is it for this video. The other stuff, I guess, that's worth noting today is just to cover some more of the FUD. Again, if you go over onto my Twitter, I posted a link to this. So because we're very much involved with Bybit as well, the Bybit CEO spoke on a Twitter space yesterday, and there's some really interesting stuff there. So they are guaranteeing one-to-one assets in reserves. They are releasing a prepaid credit card in partnership with Red Bull next year, and they are going to be bringing about an immersive kind of Web3 experience where you will be able to hold your own keys. So from this, where did I write this here? DEXs are the future, and Bybit are working actively on a decentralized exchange. This will start as a partnership with an existing DEX, Apex, and will be announced in a couple of weeks alongside a Bybit wallet with secure keys. Clients will be able to directly trade on the DEX through the Bybit app and the website. So that's a really nice thing for those of us who trade on Bybit, that this is coming again. If you are a little bit cautious about holding money on centralized exchanges, they are going to be offering a decentralized service very, very soon. So yeah, that wraps up everything. I'm not going to talk anymore. Thank you very much for watching, and I will update regularly as normal. And I'll see you on the next video and the next stream. So cheers guys, bye.